everyone, this is Airplane Jane here. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on what TrendSpider has in store for its latest January update. It's really cool, so let me hand it over to Dan and he will show us what is going on with TrendSpider now.
Absolutely, thanks for having us, Jane. What I want to show you here is a new feature, something that we just rolled out and something that I'm super excited about myself. This is our market scanner, and this is a tool designed to basically be Google for stocks. It's like a search engine for technical analysis. Let me show you how it works. So the first thing you want to do when you're logged into TrendSpider is click on the strategy, or I'm sorry, not the strategy tester, the market scanner. And this will open the market scanner panel along the bottom of your screen here. You can make it a little bigger if you want a little bit more room to work with maximize on the side there. And what this is like I mentioned, it's a search tool for stocks. So you can define a set of criteria, technical criteria, anything you can dream of, and then you can search a list of stocks or a particular market for any symbol that has those conditions on it. So the system will come with, I believe there's over 20, soon there will be over 40 pre-made scans. These scans are based on common strategies as well as some proprietary stuff to TrendSpider. But I'll just pick one random one. This is called the Golden Cross. It's an example scan, and this looks for when the 50-period simple moving average crosses the 200-period moving average to the upside, right? So it was in the bottom, and then it crossed to the other side up. You can tell it where to search. So I think I mentioned universes. We'll pick something simple like the S&P 100 here. And you can then give it a name if you want. So we can call this something like 50 SMA search scan, and we can press scan. When I hit scan here, the system will go through every symbol in the S&P 100 and find any chart where these conditions are true. And the conditions being, again, the golden cross on the current, last, or the one before it, the last 3 candles. You then generate a watch list on the fly based on charts that fit those conditions. So that's at a very high level how the scanner works. There's a whole bunch of pre-made scans that it comes with. And just to kind of illustrate how flexible this is, I'll pull up a couple of these just to show you the conditions on them. For example, you can scan for a TD sequential pattern, which is 9-candle pattern, where each candle is closes below the one 4 before it. You can also mix and match time frames. So you may want this TD sequential pattern, but you may also only want it if the 15-period simple moving average 60 is above the 2-hour simple moving average 60 or something like that. You can mix and match your conditions, change that to a 10. So it's very flexible, and it gives the ability to search the market for any conditions you can really dream up on the fly by just pushing a button and having the computer go out there and look at the charts for you with an algorithm.
Now, it's awesome. I really like this feature. One thing I really look at is I look at the volume. So can you show me the different parameters, Dan? Like what sort of parameters, I know it's scanning right now, can you do? Because I know you've got the averages right there.
Sure. So you can do all kinds of volume-related scans, and you can do them across time periods, right? And you can do it using both raindrops or our volume-adjusted candles that are only available in TrendSpider, or you can do it with just volume data itself. So for example, we can set up a scan here where we want the 15-minute volume to be greater than the, call it, 90-minute volume moving average for 20 periods. And you can adjust this to whatever you want, but call it like, you want 15-minute volume to be above the 90-minute, 10-minute volume SMA. And let's say we want to find any stock where these conditions exist, I don't know, within the New York Stock Exchange MKT composite, right? So you can just hit search, and it'll go out to all those charts and find any of them where those volume conditions exist, right? And you can get really fancy here. You can say, okay, I want that to be true, but I also want on the 5-minute chart for the close to have ticked up, over the previous candle. And you can then refine your scan by adding additional conditions to kind of filter it down so you don't get as many results and your watch list is smaller. Now,
when you have this scan, can you do this pre-market as well so you're getting pre-market volume?
You can't do pre-market yet. That is something that's coming to the system. We've got all kinds of plans to enhance the pre-market ability, let you scan pre-market and let you get alerts pre-market. But at the moment, this only works during active market hours.
Okay, cool. And the list that you generate, can you save that? Like, go ahead and put it up on the right so you can say, all right, cool, this is my watch list for the day. After the first 15 minutes, you run your scan and you see everything.
Yep. So you give it a name over here. You can then save it. So I saved it. I called this volume scanner. And you can get rid of the market scanner completely, and you can go to your sidebar. And your sidebar has got your watch list. It's got your alerts panel. You can customize this, but you can also, what did I call it? I can't remember. Oh, volume scanner. Right. You can also just pull up your watch list that you generate with a scanner right there. And what's really, really neat about this is if a symbol happens to appear in more than one list on your screen, you know, for example, I have a watch list called the wheat industry. So if I select some of the wheat stocks from one watch list and it happens to be in another one, it'll highlight it in both. So if you have multiple scans running at one time, which you can do, you can have up to 6 separate scanner watch lists going at once, and a symbol appears in more than one of them, when you select that symbol, you'll know that it actually showed up in more than one scan as well.
Awesome. And then you can automatically, it's automatically going to populate the chart for you from that watch list, so you can flip through the stocks at, you know. Exactly.
The watch list, when you select it, it gets a little border around it, and when you use your up and down arrow keys, you flip through the stocks in the selected watch list, really simply. And you can even maximize the chart and use your arrow keys to flip through in full screen, right? So you don't even have to have the watch list open to do that.
Very cool. And I noticed on the left, too, you've got the trend lines there and then the boxes and everything for being able to draw on the chart, correct?
Yes, these are all your drawing tools. We also have automated trend line recognition. I think we've talked about that before. But these are algorithms that can identify trend lines and charts for you. Oops, turn off log scale there. And detect potential trends for you. And of course, you can draw your own. And one of the really neat things about this is you can use you know, the scanner to generate a watch list. You can then flip through it and have the system perform your analysis for you. Your way, all of this is customizable. Or you can turn on the backtester, and you can test your buy and sell strategies on the symbols that just came up in your scanner. So you can say, gosh, here's my strategy, here's what I scanned for. Now let's see, how did these buy and sell rules actually perform on this stock in the past? And this backtester is integrated directly in to the charts in the scanner, and it has 27 years of market data, that depending on the symbol that you can test on. So it's a great combination play there, right? Because you can find your list, and then you can test your strategy, and then you can jump directly into creating alerts from the scanner and the strategy tester in the charts.
Awesome. Now, Dan, I have 2 questions for you. On the strategy tester, is there a way to determine, like, maybe you enter the trade at 9:30 and exit at 11, so a particular portion of time throughout the day, or it's just set up for a daily chart, or, you know what I mean? Can you pick the time frame which you're holding that entry?
You cannot, unfortunately, define time yet, but that is one of the things that we'll be improving with the backtester and all the various aspects in the tools, the ability to control that and define a specific date range and define more specific parameters that aren't as technical. For example, time is one of them, right? Another one is fundamental data. So be able to scan including earnings, you know, data, be able to scan including earnings per share data and, you know, other financial metrics that are not necessarily technical, and to be able to combine those with technical scans. You can have one scanner that takes into account everything that you look at, or so you can nest the scans in the future. You can't nest them right now, but so you can nest them, so you can say, here's my main watch list. This is stocks that fundamentally look good. Here's another scan that I ran against that list, and this scan looks for my technical entry conditions. Right, because I really believe that, you know, the best traders are the ones that have hybrid strategies that take a lot of different things into account, besides just the fundamentals of just the technicals.
For sure. And another question is, at this time, is it something where you can set up a certain scanner to run all day, and you'll get an alert if a new stock pops up on that scan, or you have to manually run it at this time?
No, so you have to manually run them. There's a little refresh button in the watch list. There's the scan button in the scanner. We will add in time an auto refresh feature. So you can say refresh this scan every hour, every 20 minutes, or every 10 minutes, or whatever you want. So it'll continuously run. Right now, it'll auto-scan when you first load TrendSpider. So if you have a scanner open, you load it up, it'll run that scan immediately for you. Okay. And then you can tell it when you want to run another scan.
Very cool. Very cool. And I know another question that I've had from a lot of my followers is the APIs that you guys have set up for trading through TrendSpider. So
it's coming. We'll have, right now you can't trade directly from the platform. It's all about, analysis, backtesting, scanning, monitoring charts, and then most people trade in their broker. This year, actually, one of the next, I don't want to say the next, but one of the next upcoming projects is to start brokerage integration. And that means hooking it into a bunch of different brokers and giving you the option to place orders from within it. And I mean, if you have a little imagination, right, and you can kind of add up the little components of TrendSpider, you have the ability to scan the market and find charts you like. You have the ability to backtest strategies against those charts and see how those strategies would perform. And you already have the ability to create alerts that can monitor charts any which way that you would monitor the charts going forward, so that you get alerted when your conditions are met and something interesting is happening. Once we have the brokerage integration, it's only connecting all those pieces to basically allow any retail trader to build an algorithm, test an algorithm, and turn it on and have the system trade through their broker account with their consent on each trade, so that they can have discipline and not have to stare at so many charts and kind of let the market come to them. Have the system help them find the symbols, help them analyze them, help them test strategies on them, and ultimately help them monitor the charts and execute the actual orders when the opportunity is there. And that will help a lot of retail traders. As you know, I mean, most of them are not profitable, and a lot of that's because they're emotional. They have a hard time putting a system into practice, even when they have a system that they've developed. So, or have learned or whatever. So, I mean, that's the ultimate goal here. And that's something that we're hoping that we'll be able to do this year. Getting to this point has taken 4 years. This product is millions of lines of code. It's fairly complex, and we take a lot of pride in it working well and working right. So there's a lot of testing that goes in. But I mean, that's the plan for this year, is to basically let anybody, you, me, new traders, take a strategy, test it, develop it, refine it, perfect it, and then turn it on.
That was my next question. You totally read my mind. And that's so exciting, because nowadays it seems like the retail trader and the algo world combined together is really a very profitable way to go. Not just retail trading and not just algo, but still having that control and the ability to turn it on and off.
Exactly. And I mean, imagine you develop a strategy, you like it, you find a watch list you like with the scanner, you like that list, and you enable that scanner or that strategy to run against that list. You've got an order template that you've designed, and you also have the TrendSpider mobile app that will come out along with this. And whenever your trade sets up, you'll get the chart on your phone, right, with a push notification. It'll have your order ticket pre-populated, and it'll have 2 buttons on it, really 3, because you'll be able to tweak it if you want. But the 2 main buttons will be like, yes, let's do it, or no thanks. If you push yes, it goes into your brokerage account for you and executes, and then immediately starts to monitor all the exit conditions that you've defined yourself, right? So, and then the same process repeats if an exit condition hits. But the idea is to give you control over the ultimate decision, but give you the discipline of doing your homework up front and not staring at the chart all day.
Very nice. One quick question about the chart we have here. With that entry, what are those gray shaded areas?
This is from the back tester. I had run a test earlier. Oops. Mm-hmm. You turn that on. And this test was to buy whenever there's a TD sequential down sequence. Mm-hmm. Right, so 9 candles in a row, each one below the one 4 before it. And then to sell whenever we make 2% or lose 0.5%. Okay. 0.5%. And when the strategy concluded testing, it still had an open position at the end, right? So this position was still open. And because of that, I'm going to just clean it up a little bit. It will take the history of this strategy, right? Basically this performance chart showing you how it performed, and plop it over the price action so you can see how the past trades perform in the strategy. It's a projection based on the last 30 trades that were in this strategy.
Very nice. Very
nice. And then you can actually, this is the same chart. It's just presented in a different format, but you can zoom in on that chart, and you can then add additional data to it. So you can see how those positions closed out over time. You know, 5 candles in, most of your 30 positions were already closed and you just had like 5 left, right? Which is why the variance here was so much higher, right? And then as you get here, you've got just 1 position left, right? That lasted, you know, 12 candles, which is why that position looks the way it does, and this line goes where it does,
Makes
right?
sense.
And what's cool, like I can flip through these charts, right? This is a nice one right here, right? Run these tests, paint these on the charts, right? I can go down and refine my conditions. Let's say I want to get rid of that stop loss entirely and rerun this test. I can do that and quickly refine this strategy, right? And, you know, improve it or try to improve it, right? And then you can compare your buy and sell strategy versus buy and hold with the second chart on the right. And this strategy only had a handful of trades in it, 25 trades. And the only exit condition was a take profit. So, you know, it worked out okay. This isn't a typical strategy outcome. But one thing that's really neat here that I just want to highlight for you is if you click on the key and you click on positions here, these are the trades that you were actually in, right? So this is a bad strategy. Let me tweak this a little bit and add a candles past rule, just a time-based exit. You'll see a lot more entries and exits here, right? And then when you put this on your screen and you check positions here, right, and uncheck this, you can see each of these squiggles is one of the trades in this strategy, right? This is the portion of the price action of this underlying asset that you were riding along the ride for. You can see them as these darker parts here. So when you look at this, you can see you're not catching any of the good moves with this strategy. You may want to refine this strategy so you're catching more of the up moves and less of these volatile consolidation portions, right? And that's the beauty of the strategy test. So you can say, okay, that's true. What conditions did I change? How should I tweak this? How can I make this work a little better? When you find something that works with the tester, you can click alert me next time this happens and instantly jump into an alert that will you know, let you know the next time that happens. And all of this I'm doing with a watch list I generated with the scanner.
Very cool. That's awesome. And Dan, what is the best way for people to get their feet wet with this?
So we offer a 7-day trial. It's extendable to 14, so if you need an extra week, you can just ask. And I would just say try it out. You know, it's easy to sign up and play with. It's no BS, easy to cancel if for some reason you don't like it, although I hope everybody loves it. Right, but you know, it's software as a service. So go to TrendSpider.com and start a trial. Jane has an awesome coupon code that I'm sure she can throw into this video somehow that you can use if you wanna try it out. And during your free trial, we offer one-on-one training, so you can get a training session, get some help learning how to use the tool. We also have dozens, if not hundreds, of videos we've made about different features and different things in the platform and how they work. And we also have a very robust online help section with articles about everything, including the scanner, including raindrop charts and anchored VWAP and all the unique features that you can only get in TrendSpider, like heat maps and all of that. So you can, you know, explore. I won't lie though. Like this is a new charting platform. There's a learning curve just to that, but it's also a new way to think about charts, right? It's a more efficient, a different way to kind of interpret them, a different way to use them, and to automate some of the grunt work you do by hand. So expect to spend a little time learning how to use it. For those people who embrace it and take the time to learn it and, you know, go through training, you know, they really do wonder how they ever traded without it. I know. Like, I realize I'm the founder here, but I'm also a really heavy user. I trade daily, and I don't honestly have no clue how I used to trade before I had alerts to watch the charts for me. Because when I'm doing a demo like this, or when I'm on the phone with a customer, I can't be paying attention to my charts, right? And I used to miss out on trades, give back gains, you know, do all kinds of dumb stuff because I was distracted. So, I mean, it's one of those, I'm not just a customer or the president, I'm a customer too moments, but it's true. And, you know, it just takes a little time to learn.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dan, for sharing all the progress that you guys have. I mean, I've seen the amazing growth with the software over the past year, and it's a pleasure to put out these videos to help expand the trading world's knowledge of you guys. And everybody, you guys should test it. I mean, it's not going to cost you anything to test it for a week, so definitely check it out. Thank you, Dan.
Definitely. Thank you again, Jane, for having us on. I hope you like it, and look forward to hearing your thoughts after you get a chance to play with it yourself as well.
Yes, thank you so much, Dan. All right, have a great day.